Today is an unusual day in that I'm in the town of Newburgh instead of the city. Of course, the city is just a quarter mile down the road, Route 17K to be specific. But a town line is a town line, so I'll respect that. Today I'm looking at this Trek road bike. It's a Trek 1 Series 1.1 road bike, propped up against this concrete block wall. And what I'm trying to figure out, or at least document, is how on earth did this bike get so messed up? So let's start here at the front. This brifter, they call it a brifter because it's a brake lever and a shifter. So you take the br from brake lever and the ifter from shifter. So it's a brifter. This one's all scratched up and it's askew by a couple of 2-3 degrees, and the hood has popped off of it. It still works. This brifter seems to have escaped relatively unscathed, although the plastic is kind of yellowed on it. This handlebar tape's kind of grimy too. Now the front wheel is warped. Maybe warped isn't the right word, maybe bent is the right word. And the back wheel, well, there's a taco place right up the street, and they don't make anything that's as tacoed as this tacoed back wheel. Your back brake. How do you break a brake? I've never broken a brake in all my years of braking, but this brake is broken. Quite significantly so. Now the top tube is dented, seriously dented here and here. There's my little feet. I'm just kidding, I got big feet. Down here you have the Shimano derailleur and the crankset, which looks like maybe I'll still be able to use that. And another Shimano derailleur here. Now I don't know about the fork. I'm guessing this is some kind of carbon fiber or aluminum fork. Doesn't look like it's damaged. The handlebars, they might be bent, they might not be. So I really don't know what happened to this bike. Maybe a crash? But how would, like if you crashed and then you landed here and then the bike went off a ditch or something? Doesn't look like it was hit by a car. My mom ran over my 10-speed in the driveway once and she wrecked the back wheel, but this looks like it was hit from a variety of different areas. So, I guess it'll remain a mystery. And I guess the bike's pretty much useless at this point. I mean, I suppose if I was a skilled wheelsmith, I might be able to figure out how to get that thing straight again. Although it looks like the roller coaster at Six Flags. And it can't possibly be safe to ride this heavily dented aluminum frame, although who knows, maybe it'll last for 100 more years. And this wheel's not going to do much spinning. Let me kick it. See? It doesn't spin at all. It's stuck on the brakes. Now the brakes are askew. But I'm really not too worried about this bike because even though it's a kind of fancy looking bike, it is made in China and it looks kind of low end. Like this is probably the lower part of the line. Like maybe Trek has road bikes that go up to $10,000, but this is the one that sold for $700. I don't know. And I don't really Google these things because who cares? I'll forget that this bike even existed once I post this video. What do you want from me? Plus it's the series 1.1, and 1.1 would be like the lowest number unless they started at the 0 series or 1.0. So I'm saying that this is like an entry-level racing bike, and even though it's a damn shame that it got wrecked like this, it's not a tragedy. So I will probably try and use whatever parts I can use, like this crank set. You know, better to use this one than go on eBay and spend $29.95 for a new one. And I just recently organized all the bike parts in my basement, and I do have a box for derailleurs now. I never use derailleurs for anything, but I can put these in the derailleur box. This brake, well, this brake is broken, and although it's kind of unusual to see a brake that's as broken as this brake is broken, I don't think that I'm going to be able to fix this brake, so that's kind of a tough brake for that brake. But this brake in the front, I could probably use that for something. For braking. The stem, maybe these handlebars, if I want to make a single speed bike, as I do once in a while. I could just cut them right here and here. And I could probably take these brifters, toss them on eBay, get $9.95 for them. But as for the Bontrager AT750 wheels and the Alpha 100 series aluminum 54 centimeter frame and the back brake, that stuff is a little too askew for me to reuse. So that is the mystery of the Trek 1 Series 1.1 road bike in rough shape here in the delicious, nutritious, beautiful, wonderful, bountiful town of Newburgh, New York. Thanks for watching.